I know it's been a while since I have uploaded anything to my channel. I've just been busy dealing with a lot of real world issues, unfortunately, and fortunately for some things. Um, but I figured for my first video upload in a while, uh, why not a game that just came out? Well, just got re-released. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, I had beat Chrono Trigger way back in the day. Got excited for Chrono Cross because Chrono Trigger still to this day is my favorite game of all time. Um, I really hope I don't get copyright strikes for for the songs in this game. Because a lot of the music got reimagined recently, so I don't know how the algorithm works with that and how uh, free use works with that, since this is a gameplay video. um but anyway, like I said, Chrono Trigger was my favorite game, is my favorite game of all time. And my best friend, who I have known for 25 plus years, just recently finished Chrono Trigger, and I was so excited for him because after all this time he finally played it, beat it, enjoyed it. I knew he would. um And then he got Radical Dreamers, or I'm sorry, Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition, and he's been enjoying that. Now, I remember when Chrono Cross first came out on PlayStation, I was, yeah, I was happy and disappointed at the same time with the game, which is not fair because I was trying to equate it to Chrono Trigger as a direct sequel, and that it is not. There are parallels, there are tie-ins. It is in the same world further down the line, as if you have unlocked some of the endings in Chrono Trigger, you'll see that there are some tie-ins that point to the backdrop of Chrono Cross and what the underlying theme is. Well, not underlying theme, but underlying events outside of what you're doing, just the things that are going on in the world. Um, which is to its credit, is it. Everybody in the game is worried about one thing, all these other things happening that are very rightly so. Um, as to where your team is doing something else, which kind of makes me think of the Shadow Hearts games, where you had the backdrop of war, but they were doing something else. But every once in a while, they got caught up in those conflicts, which Chrono Cross, similar things happen. Events are going on, and you get dragged into them. And the way they do it is great. Now, on its own, as its own game, Chrono Cross is a fantastic game. It really is. I just think because of the shadow of Chrono Trigger, that's why it gets a lot of backlash. Um, because yeah, it did sting when they told us, "Hey, you're getting a Chrono Trigger 2," and it never happened. But then again, they also said we were getting a Chrono Cross 2, and it never happened. So it is what it is. I don't know much about this version of the game, how much has been changed. I know some things have been upscaled, a few things have been added for quality of life, which I appreciate. One thing I will add for anybody who decides that they want to play this, and I do recommend this game, and I definitely recommend doing Chrono Trigger first, because while you can play this game without knowing anything about Chrono Trigger, it helps because the tie-ins, the allusions, the symbolism, it it makes more sense when you know the predecessor. Um, now, uh, one thing I'll say for anybody who does get it and gets the Steam version, which is the version I'm playing, um, if you get an error, because I had a really hard time dealing with this and it pushed back my recording a little bit. If you launch the game from this launcher and you get an error that says insufficient VRAM, don't worry. Your game is fine, your system is fine, most likely. It's just one of those tricky issues if you have a gaming setup like I do. And all you got to do is go into the NVIDIA control panel, manage 3D settings, go to I'm trying to remember the name of the particular option, but it's the second tab. See, I'm one of those people, like, when I don't even have to know the names of the screen. I could just click through, but when I'm trying to recite the names, I can't remember. Program settings. Doi. And then just click on add, and it should pop up in your most recent list. Now, be careful because the launcher will also pop up, but you want the one that just says Chrono Cross. And then in your second tab, you're going to select high performance NVIDIA processor. Yeah. So yeah. And that when you do that, click apply, close, go back into the game, and it'll launch with no problems. I've tested this a couple times already, and no issues. Frame rate dropped back up, and then I also had to fix my controller because I had an issue yesterday playing Final Fantasy XIV where everything on the computer crashed at the same time because apparently I was creating restore points on my computer and not knowing because it was a setting I had turned on in the background and never changed. So all of a sudden I was in a deficit for hard drive space. So yeah, I did that, fixed all that, got rid of all the old restore points, and cleared almost 100 gigabytes worth of space. And I was like, well, there we go. So yeah, let's go in. This should switch automatically. Boom. All right. If you didn't know, there's kind of an unspoken rule with Chrono Cross. You must always watch the intro. It is one of the best songs and best videos. I can't remember if this controller supports vibration, but we're going to turn it on anyway. Um, it is one of the. Whoa, that went by very fast. Good old Sergi. Um, for its time, it had one of the best. I mean, for the PlayStation era, one of the all-time best openings. There's only a couple that come close. Um, and a lot of game series that were going on. It wasn't until PlayStation 2 that they started to get openings as good. Um, and the song is just phenomenal. Now, that's an interesting party setup. Something about this part of the game, your party will always be, other than Surge and Kid, your party is random. Well, I should say your third party member is random. Because I believe my friend Skylar McMoofles over on Twitch, he had Korcha, I believe. I should be reading this. Wait, come on, Serge, Lena. Just you wait, Lynx. Today's gonna be the day of reckoning. Say your prayers. Not that it'll do you any good. Hee hee hee. Ha ha ha. A little crazy there. Surge. By the way, I don't think it'll let me at this point. Oh, it does. Cool. If you go into search, it actually lists him as silent protagonist. Like, I love when games take little shots at themselves. Like, it's pretty cool. Ordinary build, right-handed, even though he's holding that swallow with two hands. Also, I find it interesting that you get the Rainbow Swallow and Chrono Trigger towards the end of the game, and it's just a sword. So, 1716 Mysterious Traveler, and Sweet Country Gal, also 16, and uses a frying pan. Elements, which if you've never played Chrono Cross, elements are just it's just the magic, or I don't want to say text because you do technically get text in this game. I believe, yes, he has dash and slash, and there you get more later. I think everybody gets 3. I know you get dual text with certain characters. I do not know if you get triple text. I can't remember. And something else to point out, which they got pretty good setups here. I just want to point out too that Ice Lance at the highest level carried me through much of the beginning of the game, because they may have fixed the balancing on it, but it was more powerful than the equivalents of other color elements at the time. But as you see, everybody has their own innate color, and it's if you want to think of it like Pokemon, it's basically like Stab. They get a little extra oomph with their particular element. Let's see what everybody. Oh, and there is so made out of mithril silver. Okay. Not bad. Fry pan. HE47. I guess. Okay, yeah, that's silver. Yeah, there is a crafting system in this game. It's You could, oh yeah, you start off as if it's New Game Plus and you get the time shifter already. I appreciate that. Still analog. Duration. Oh, we want that on run. Accuracy selection. Cursor position memorized. Window frame. Oh, let's go with that for now. Okay. I was contemplating streaming this, but I figure with Skylar already streaming it on his channel over on Twitch, I figure, you know, some YouTube love. So, what's that crystal-like thing doing? Some kind of switch. Bugger, so close and yet so far. And by the way, if I could do accents, I would definitely be doing an Australian accent for her. But okay. And the battles in this game take a bit to get used to, because when you're using elements, the field effect up at the top will change based on the color that you used. And when you use the same, when you fill the effect with the same color, the whole grid, that color is stronger and its opposite color is weaker. So like red and blue are opposites, white and black are opposites, and yellow and green. So, and they kind of did away with levels, so you have a chance after every battle to basically get a boost. Like in this case, Kid's HP went up. Your magic might go up, your strength might go up. You get a big boost when your star level goes up, which does for every boss that you defeat. This game had a really good soundtrack. It has been a while since I've played this, so I'm not quite certain on which direction. I'm clearly not that way. Because that's... and also, as you can see, you have different attacks. Think of it as, you know, this is high, this is medium, or I'm sorry, this is low, this is medium, this is high, as far as how much damage you'll do, but your accuracy changes based on which one you use. So like something you can do is do that to like boost your accuracy up, and they can interrupt your attacks. So now, well, it reset because now I'm looking at a different enemy, but you can switch your targets in mid-attack, which is a pretty nice feature, especially if you're trying to build up your element power to build up your level. And one enemy is weak against physical strikes and another one's weak against magic, so you use physical strikes to build up element power, and then you use your highest level element on the one that's weak to magic. Like, it's a nice little balance. And also, I do love the fact that you can cure yourself after battle without using your items. Like, that's... Fast forward sometimes isn't a good thing. Let's see. I came in that way. That goes to the center, but I'm not ready for that yet because I gotta go through here. Oh, and the other thing about this game is there are no action prompts. Um, that was something that I would have hoped that they would have changed for the. Did it activate? Okay. That would have changed for the remake or remaster. Because they made the text more crisp, and they, changed a few things here and there. Like I said, a lot of quality of life improvements, but the not having command prompts is seriously detrimental in some spots, because you don't know if what you're looking at is the thing you're supposed to activate or not. So, as Skylar said, at certain points, it's like he feels like he's just gonna have to go around mashing the X button until something happens, which is also kind of a trick in some places, because sometimes you have to open up your key item menu, which is if you're playing on a PlayStation controller, square. I'm using paired Joy-Cons, so for me it's Y. It's whatever the left button is usually. If you have if you have the default keybinds. Oi, what the bloody hell just happened? What are we doing out here? Oh, I didn't mean, I didn't realize I put it in slow until I saw the icon. Wow. Bugger, we're so high up. Is this thing floating? Did it feel like your body passed through the floor just now? This sure is some fort. Hey, Surge? You alright, mate? You've been acting all weird. We don't know what's up ahead, so just stay on your toes, eh? Now, when this came out, luckily I didn't have to do it because I literally just downloaded it, so I didn't have to worry about a patch. But they did a day one patch, I guess, that fixed some things. So maybe, like, the other thing that people are complaining about is frame rate being locked at 60. Such a creepy scene. Surge? Good morning, Surge. Come on, sleepyhead, get up. If you played Chrono Trigger, you'd know that this is like a direct, almost parallel to the beginning of Chrono Trigger, with Mom waking you up. Only she opened the blinds for you. Marge, good to see you, Surge. You're finally up. The sun's already reached high noon. By the way, didn't you have plans to meet with Lena this morning? Lena came by to see if you were up, but you, young man, were still off in Never Never Land. You shouldn't break promises like that. Girls can be pretty scary if you make them angry. True. Does she give you money? I can't remember. Oh no, she just says the same thing over again. Oh. Like, I feel that she wouldn't do that, like, unless playfully. But that would be bad. So, she'd never do that. Why are we confident? Well, I hope you can keep your nerve. Kitty cat with long ears. Hurry up now and go apologize to Lena. Okay, I'll oh, another kitty cat. Which, if anybody knows what kind of cats those are supposed to be, please let me know. Sergi, check out this sawfish. Awesome, ain't it? Poppy caught it down down south by the El Nido Triangle. Nobody likes going down there though. They all say it's creepy. But this sucker sure looks tasty. Well, the fact that it's still alive is kind of concerning. Yo, sirs, what do you think of the sawfish? Have you ever seen one this size? This has got to be from the legendary Dragon King Palace. Wouldn't you agree, Serge? You're probably right. You think so too? I knew it. I just knew it. If it really is true, then from here on out, happiness will be rolling into my life. Business will pick up, money will start pouring in. I'll be able to repair my roof from putting giant fish on top, varnish my roof, or varnish my boat, buy a new sail. But eat as much squid gut pasta as I want up in Termin. That sounds disgusting. I don't even like squid, let alone squid guts. Ah, life is good. Yeah, right. Who am I kidding? That would definitely be too good to be true. By the way, thanks, Serge. Haha, thanks for playing along. Here's a little something for you. Give it to a girl you like. Serge receives Komodo scale without lifting a finger. I wish the legend was true, though. The Dragon King Palace. There aren't enough dreams out there lately. Hello, Serge. Beautiful day, isn't it? Sure feels great outside. Just being able to bask in the sun all day sure is a nice change. They say the rain cleanses one's spirit, but at our age, we've had enough cleansing. I hear that. Like, seriously, I'm only happy when it rains when I'm sleeping. Because that's okay. Because that actually helps me sleep. But when I'm like out, like I've been caught in the rain like 3 or 4 times this week going to work. Alright. Yes, I know. I wonder if those outsiders are back digging up now that the rain's let up. They must be conducting some kind of investigation up there in Fossil Valley. I can't comprehend outsiders. Why would they want to dig up a place like that? It's called Fossil Valley. Well, hello, Serge. Can I interest you in something? I've got some great elements. Would you like to take a look? Show me your weapons and armor. Like, no qualms that a 17-year-old kid just walked up to her and said, show me your weapons. Weapons. Ivory dagger. Can't use it. Glove. Can't use it. Armor. That lowers. Huh. What about accessories? You are you? Oh, now you're an Arnie. What brings you here to? Oh, it's you, Serge. Don't go near Hydra marshes to the east if you go outside. I want you to run into the evil dwarves and that Hydra now. Why don't you go talk to the village chief before you set out? His house is just past those gates down yonder. Are the dwarves really evil, or are you all just saying that? Looks like the Viper Festival will be canceled again this year. Our only celebration of El Nido, I can never pronounce that word. I know what it is, I just can't pronounce it. Down the drain. There hasn't been anything good to talk about since the army from Poor took over the islands 3 years ago. If you know Chrono Trigger, you know where Poor's from. We don't have to put up with this situation if General Viper and the Dragoons were still here. Yo, Serge, have you heard anything about the group of thieves up on the mainland? I think I haven't. You really haven't been keeping up, have you? It's pretty big news, even in El Nido. Those mysterious thieves have broken into a bunch of houses up on the mainland. They're cold-blooded bastards. They'll go to any extremes to get money or jewels. Even the powerful nation of Poor can't seem to get a hold of them. I think they called themselves the Radical Dreamers. Hashtag. Wouldn't want to run into those bandits. And you are a pig dog thing. I know who you're gonna talk about. Humana. Sure is pretty. What a knockout that dancer Mickey is. The poor town of Termina has its share of dancers, but no one, I say no one, compares to Mickey. But mind you, I've never actually seen Mickey dance. He's such a pervert. Oh, how I would love to see them jiggle. Or I'm talking about her arms, of course. Sure you are. Whoa, Serge, don't tell Grandma about this. It's our secret. Hello, Serge. Do you want to hear the real truth about the world? What are you looking at? Maybe I should stand in front of you. Sanity leads to chaos, then to solitude. The fruitless effort of adding meaning to what is meaningless. A lone crimson tear falls to the sea. The echo of the remaining star cries out in the infinite vacuum. The least I can do is set my distant prayers over the wind of time, setting sail on dreams. Well, how'd you like it, Serge? Were you moved? I've been dreaming about becoming a poet since I was little. I want to cross the continent and make a name for myself with just a pencil and paper. But look at me. I'm in this puny village in the middle of nowhere, waitressing in this rundown shack. What you say about my restaurant? You can quit any time, you know. Yikes. Just kidding. I was just kidding. I was just saying how good the work environment is. Yeah, he's not convinced. Yo, Serge, have you heard your message from of the day from the Record of Fate? It's a green pyramid which records your daily activities for you. It's been said that this pyramid can not only record the past, but also tell about the future. But I don't know if that's true or not. Cha ha ha ha, what a laugh. Weird thing. What's in here? Ivory helmet. See, I didn't even have to make one. Sea swallow. Ivory male. Ivory helmet. Oh, I'm sitting here like trying to figure out how do I know if it's better. I just realized that the equipment information is above, your regular information is below. So yeah, that just increases defense and magic defense by 1. That's okay. Better than nothing. Komodo scale, time shifter. And I don't have any of the stuff I had in the dream. Tablet, cure, and that's it. Which I think with every star level up, or at least most of them, pretty sure it's all of them, you gain new slots too. Hey Sergi, do you know what's popular among the girls these days? Komodo scales. A necklace made from Komodo dragon scales. You know, those monsters that eat fire. I want to get some for Kiki, but there's no way I can beat those monsters. Oh no, I don't do something about this now. Kiki might start liking Lolo. Boy, am I in a fix. When you're somebody who already has bad depth perception, sometimes, yeah. Oh, there, Serge. Word has it that the Komodo dragon scales are quite popular among the youngins these days. So you're collecting them too, huh? What, to make a silly little necklace? That's right. Hee. Well said, Serge. You're truly a man of the sea. They don't call me a Komodo dragon expert for nothing. Let me give you some pointers. Clean out your ears and listen well, Serge. This is truly top secret. My super duper secret number 1. Rock and roll to trap the sucker. My super duper... Why are you looking at the wall? My super duper secret number 2. Use the lay of the land and make a surprise attack. My super duper secret number 3, there's always one that likes to play tag. Run with all of your might. Rare Komodo dragons are mighty cautious and run at high speeds. You must face them with your wits, courage, and tenacity. Use your lightning start and run like the wind. Whip past them with all of your might. Actually, I guess there's no point overtaking them. Anyhow, it's all about guts, my boy. So once you catch up to one, you must fight. Kick the little sucker's butt. But don't get your own butt kicked. True. That's about all I can teach you about the ways of an expert. Now go, Surge. Go for the gold and bring forth a brighter tomorrow. Sorry. Surge, what'd you say? Sergi, don't be mean to my Celine. I'm not trying to be, I was actually trying to talk to you. Isn't my Celine cute? Daddy found her by Lizard Rock. A lot of baby Komodo dragons play out there. I guess it's kind of like their hangout. And do you know, Serge? Don't tell anyone what I'm about to tell you, okay? It's a secret. Lolo said he was going to get me some dragon scales. Komodo dragon scales. But what should I do? Let him? Do you know about Lizard Rock southwest of the village? I've heard that a mother Komodo dragon comes out every once in a while. I've told Kiki numerous times not to play there, but she never listens to me. I guess kids will be kids. Yeah, I mean, tell a child that a big scary monster is going to show up, and there's two types of kids. Ones that'll leave you, start crying, and run away, and then the ones that'll run directly towards it. Oh, hi Serge. I was lost in my thoughts here. You know how Kiki's growing up so quickly? Sometimes I'm just amazed at how much she resembles her mother. Yeah, I guess my wife was like that too. She's been very much like her mother since as long as I can remember. I guess that just demonstrates how life continues to live on through generations. It's been 10 years since I became a fisherman, but back then I still had. Is that an actual fish just somehow preserved and not rotted for 10 years? I still had other aspirations, but I ended up succeeding my dad. I guess you could say that everything here represents 10 years of my life. Lion sharks, sawfish, six-horned narwhals, that's terrifying. You name it. They represent all my hard work and dedication. I love my job, and I'm happy with my current lifestyle at all. But lately, I get to thinking, when I see Kiki, about how I could have had a different future. What if I'd chosen a different path 10 years ago? Then I'd be living a completely different life than I am now. I'm not saying which one would have been better, I just wonder where the other path may have led me. I guess the longer you live, the more you wonder about another you that might have been. Boy, life sure is complex. Oh, hey Serge, you want this? Here, take it. It's an amulet I made from a lion shark tooth 10 years ago when I decided to become a fisherman. I don't need it anymore. I have my wife and Kiki watching over me. Serge received a shark tooth. Oh, kitty cat. Because of Skylar, I pretty much have to interact with every cat I find. Okay, what is that behind? Oh, it's a sack. Yo, Sergi. I heard you totally blew off Lena this morning. I didn't think you had it in you. That was really gutsy of you. I guess that kind of shows her who's boss, eh? Don't tell her I said so, but my sister's a bit too quick to lash out. Could you, make her be a little nicer to me? You have my support all the way. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. Fears up ahead. Listen, don't be messing with those boats. I'm sure you understand a boat is like a limb to our fishermen. Pull any sun's like last time and I'll whack you in the head. I wasn't planning to mess with the boats. Wasn't even thinking about that. Oh, there's Lena. This is my house. Enter at own risk. I used to cry and run away at the mere sight of a pussycat, do you remember? When you were about yee-high, you were attacked by a panther demon, and I guess it left an emotional scar. But it's good that you've overcome that fear. Girls will think you're a weenie running away from cats. Ah, yeah. Good morning, Serge. Don't tell me you just woke up. Don't you know that the early bird gets the worm? Lena's over there on the pier. Looks like her mother asked her to babysit. Well, there's an item I remember. I just don't remember where. Is there another house I can go into? Nope, that's the world map. I do appreciate the autosaves. I said Skylar was playing Chrono Trigger on Steam, and the autosaves helped tremendously for him in certain parts. So, time sure does fly. Chief Radius has been living here for 4 years already. He's such a bright, cheerful man. Everyone in the village really likes him. I wish he could stay here forever. That's exactly right, sirs. There it is, the record of fate. It records everything, good or bad. Oh. And my controller, the right Joy-Con, chose this exact moment to just die. So, I have no other controllers. So while this is charging, we're going to be using keyboard for a while. If you happen to run across one of these, don't forget to record everything you've done so far. Think of how terrible it would be if you lost your past. There wouldn't be anything you could do about it. Except rage, which I have done in the past when I lose a save file. I'm gonna have to check the keybinds because I have no idea how to take it out of. Oh, that's cool. Keybinds. Okay. Typical. Alright. Left shift is cancel or backspace. Key item window is going to be, I guess, R. Menu change tab. Choose character in battle, QE. Alright, that's low speed mode, F1, high speed mode, F2. Okay. Alright. If you listen carefully, the record of fate will tell you lots of things, like what you should be doing next. When you can't hear anything anymore, well, I guess it means you don't have a future. When that happens, you should just go home and go to sleep. If there's anything you do to change fate. No. There we go. If you want to record what you've done so far, step up to a record of fate and open the menu. And select the block you want and follow the directions to save. Easy, isn't it? But you should go look for another one. I'm going to be here for a while. Surge, keep your... What? No good. Oh. So I can't just... Oops. That quickly, I forgot how to open the... Okay, so it's okay. I got it now. Why is it taking so... Why can I not see what's going on? There we go. That, I don't know what just happened, but the screen went entirely black. Okay. Let's use her. Just gonna cease yourself defense. He may be old, but he still has some fight left him. You kids better not misbehave, or else the chief will have to crack down on you all. Came all the way out here in search of the legendary treasure, but our funds ran dry. A little cleaning in here. I've got to do some yard work. We got to do something to cover our expenses. If I knew this would happen, was going to happen, I would have tried to persuade Sir Toma to look for treasure on the Xenon continent. More Chrono Trigger throwbacks. Yo, my name's Toma the 14th. I'm trying to remember what the Toma in Chrono Trigger was, but people usually put the Great Explorer in front of my name. The Great Explorer Toma. I was just looking for treasure. I was just looking around for treasure. I have a sixth sense, you know. Yo, I wasn't gardening. I was really looking for treasure. Hi, Serge. I, Gonji, can tell. I know all and see all. I can tell you all you need to know about using key items. Tell me, Gonji. Good, good. I'd be happy to. Listen carefully now. When you want to give someone a key item, get within talking distance and press F. Let's bring up the item menu. Then put the item. Why did I say quickly? That was nowhere in there. Pick the item you wish to hand over and confirm your selection. If all goes well, the person should respond. It's the same procedure for when you want to use a key item at a specific location. Just select the item you wish to use. No need to worry about making mistakes. The item won't disappear if there's no response. Well, that's it. Come to me anytime you should you have any questions. Boy. See, there's a specific item. What just happened? Why did everything just stop? Oh, that's why. I had a notification popped up and it put the game in the background for a second. The Record of Fate tells me not to go out to sea today. That's why I'm here for the Chief's lecture. Go against the Record of Fate, and you'll regret it for sure. Days like this, it's best to take it easy. We should all live in harmony with fate. I did everything just as Chief Radius told me, and now the aches in my body are completely gone. What a fine man our chief is. Skilled, competent, caring, and I heard he was quite a warrior in his prime. You could learn much from our chief and grow up to be a great man like Radius. Hi, Poshu. Oh, hi, Sergi Poo. Me am a bit busy right now. Have you already met up with Lena? Me think she wath by the pier. I wasn't trying to talk to you. Hey, Sergi, want to hear a secret? It's about Poshu. Sure, tell me. Okay, but keep... Excuse me. Keep it a secret, okay? Ready. Poshul is such a pig, and when it comes to eating, she'll do anything if it's anything if she's fed with her favorite dish. Very unladylike, isn't it? Tempted by food. Right, just a second here. How did it say? No, that's slow. That's fast. There we go. So I think it was in. No answer. It's just a barrel, quote unquote. I keep forgetting that doors do not open automatically. You have to hit the button. There we go. I was trying to remember where that was. It was in here somewhere. Because I knew it had something to do with soup. He said walk up and press F. That's what the old man said, right? F. Well, hey, what? Hey, give her the time shifter. Is that a Hecarim bone? Surgipu, a present for I? How'd you know? To accept or not to accept? Me accept your present, and me shall help you. We will do anything you want. You will be honored to be by your side. Me will use my pretty miracle power X. Me will do it, Surgipu. Poshul joined your party. Alright, party member get. Hello Serge, how goes it? Would you like to join everyone for my lecture? Today's lecture is the fundamentals of attack and the art of elements. Sure. Excellent. A true man you are. Well then, let's get on with it. And me will watch from here. I don't remember this battle in the original, but I saw Skylar do it and I was like, wow, it actually did have a tutorial. I remember it not holding your hand unless you had the booklet. First, here's some basic advice on attacking. So listen up, youngin. You know that the 3 different levels of attack: weak, strong, fierce. Like I said, low, medium, high. Each having different accuracy, or hit percent values, don't you? Every time you hit your opponent, each of these values increases, making it easier for your next attack to hit its mark. A good strategy is to start with weak blows, which have the highest chance of succeeding, and then build up to strong and fierce blows. So, rather than attacking willy-nilly, you should aim to build up your hit percent. If your fierce attacks don't hit home, you're just wasting your energy. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, there is stamina. So, oh, you're not even close. Don't be trusting in your hit percent too much there, boy. It's almost like, then why even have it there? As long as it's not 100%, you still run the risk of missing continuously. I don't think it ever does go up to 100%. One, two, three, one. Next, let's check out the use of elements. When you use an element, the color of that element's attribute remains on the battlefield in the form of the field effect. Each time you consecutively use the same color element, the effectiveness of that color element group increases. Here, I'll show you. Let's fill up all the field effect attributes with the color blue. Try using a blue element after me. Turn blue. Cure +1. Hey there, hurry up and turn all the field effect attributes blue, for crying out loud. Don't you know how to use them elements or something, youngin'? If that's the case, then listen up, it takes some explaining. First, you gotta choose attack to do some physical damage to get your to your opponent in order to get started. Weak, strong, and fierce attacks add 1, 2, or 3 points to your element power level. Your current level is the number that appears under the level symbol under your name there. Oh, I nearly forgot to tell you, you won't accumulate any power unless you actually succeed in hitting your opponent. So be careful, you can't afford to miss. See, the battle system in this game is complex. It's not impossible, like, you can master it pretty quick, but it's a bit different. Discharging this accumulated power is what using elements is all about. Once you've built up some power, you'll be able to choose the element option from the battle menu. When you select the element option, gray colored rectangular plates appear on the screen, don't they? These plates are the elements you currently have located. So why don't you try using one of those blue elements you have there, boy? Relax, they won't disappear when you use them. You just won't be able to use them again for the rest of this battle, that's all. Once you enter another battle, you'll be able to use them again, so don't hold back now. But even though I say this, I still have to stress that you've got to consider the appropriate time to use your elements. Otherwise, you'll never be able to beat some of the harder enemies you're bound to meet. You've got to form the proper strategy, boy. Oh, but wait, I'm forgetting something important. Must be my old age. There are some elements that disappear in a puff of smoke each time you use them. The element ×1 tablet is just one example. These are consumable elements, and they have the ×1 in front of their names. They don't regenerate after each battle. However, the benefit of such consumable elements is that you can allocate up to 5 of them in the same element grid space. Doing so allows you to use several of them in the same battle, unlike basic elements, which normally can only be used once in any one battle. That is why consumable elements also have a number such as ×5 after their names. That's the number you currently hold in that grid position. This number will decrease as the elements are used. However, after each battle, you can restock more to use next time. Anyway, enough about that. More about actually using elements. I'm sure you'll notice that each time you use your element power level, as shown by the level number, goes down. Just simple subtraction, really. For instance, say you're currently at level 3 and you decide to use a ×1 tablet element located in level 1 in your element grid. In this case, 3 minus 1 leaves 2, so your current element power level will now be changed to level 2. You can use elements anytime so long as your stamina value is above 1. So in this case, you'll still be able to use elements with a power level of up to level 2 right after using the tablet element. Did you get the gist of it, Sonny? Now, do you see the importance of developing a good battle tactic? He makes it sound so confusing, but it's actually really easy. You could build up a little power, then use an element, build up a little more power, then use another element, repeating this over and over. That's okay. You can also just build up power and then use your elements back to back instead of, as long as you have the power for it. Or you can build up your element power too, see, and unleash a barrage of elements one after another. There's no problem. That's no problem either. You just basically you have to have stamina over 1, which is pretty simple, and you have to build up enough power to use whatever level or combination of levels. So At level 5, for instance, you could use a level 2 and a level 3, or 3 level 1s and a level 2, like, but they can't be the same unless you have the same element in lock. See, that's the other thing he doesn't explain, is you can have the same element in different slots. But if you have a level 2 element at level 3, it gets the +1, which means it does more. But if you put it at level 1, it's at a -1, which means it does less, but you can use it quicker. So there's a lot of little caveats that you'll learn throughout. There are hordes of monsters out there that you'll never be able to defeat with physical attacks alone. You're going to need to master elements to get by. Well, sorry for the long lecture there, Sonny. My explanation about elements is officially over. Why don't you try and use one now? See, the field is completely blue. Any blue elements used now will surely pack a punch. Here, try this out. And dead. 69 damage. Oh, was that too much for you? Sorry about that, youngin. Conversely, when there's a lot of blue in the field attributes, the elements of the opposite color, red, will be weakened. So try to discern your enemy's attack pattern and fill the field with the opposite color of its attacks as a form of defense. This strategy of using elements is sure to come in handy, so put it to good use, Sonny. Thank you. I've already used it. Oh, how was that? You learned something there, boy? I guess it's time to bring this lesson to an end. Here you go. Pop. He just hits you in the stomach with his cane, and it's over. Pooped already, eh? You're still so young. Oh well, don't let it get you down. Come again anytime, Sonny. Being beat up, is it? Oh. Optical illusion. I thought there was somebody standing up there, but it was just the curly Q coming off one of the fins. Yippee. That's like the weird thing too, like, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's a certain character in Chrono Trigger that you can get. At first, he's insanely strong, like Chrono cannot hold up to him at all. And then when you get him, he's easily wiped. Like, it's games like that are so funny. Oh, it's you, Surge. Beautiful day, huh? You caught me dozing off there. Wonderful way to fish, by the way. Especially since you do not have a line or a bobber, probably not a hook. Which, I mean, if you don't have a line, you definitely don't have a hook. By the way, Surge, do you like the sea? I actually really do. I'm just terrified of the things in the sea. Oh, really? Yeah, the sea sure is great. But just remember, Surge, don't take it too lightly. You know, Tomb Raider, Super Mario, things like that. Super Mario 64 to be exact. Usually, you'll find the sea to be vast, deep, full of strength and energy, and horrible, horrible nightmares. Yet kind and gentle, and still full of nightmares. But once it becomes angry, become a nightmare and turn into the most frightening monster you've ever seen, engulfing everything. Close your eyes and prick up your ears, and and you hear the cries of countless men swallowed by the sea. The hidden secret the sea whispers. That kid is in the water in full clothes. So is that one. I don't even understand right now. I recommend you learn to sense the mood of the sea. That's if you don't want to join the fellows already on the bottom. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. You're late, Serge. Sleeping in as usual, I suppose? You promised you'd go get some Komodo dragon scales for my necklace, remember? Since you were late, my mom asked me to babysit the kids. Ooh, Sergi, Lena, look at me. Oh, there's 3 of them. And they're all fully clothed, shoes on and everything. That's kind of how you drown, get sick or something. Come on, you guys should join us. It feels really good. Unlike the rest of you, we're not here to play. Don't swim out too far now. Okay, gotcha. Kids sure have it easy. Remember when we were like that? Not a single care or worry on our minds. And now I have to save the world. How each day lasted an eternity filled with newness, fun, and excitement. But the important thing now is not our childhood, but my priorities. My Komodo scale necklace. Yes, we have to face up to reality and live each day anew. So I want you to go to Lizard Rock and get some scales for me. I would join you, but I still have to watch the kids. It's your fault you were late. Once you've collected some Komodo dragon scales, I'll catch up with you at Opasa Beach. Is it okay with you, Serge? Nah, forget it. Nope. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay then. I'll just stand around, go collect some scales at Lizard Rock. Let's see, I think 3 should be enough. Good luck, Serge. I'm counting on you. I have 3 already. Or, I'm sorry, I have 1 already. But we'll get all 3. Just explore some things. Can I go that way? Nope. There's a cave. That's a very mean looking face. Those are also mean looking faces. It's weird that you have faces like that that aren't shooting out lava, they're shooting out water. Guess there's nothing I can do here. Okay. Maybe you gotta progress a little before there's anything here, because generally you don't have areas like that with nothing. Fossil Valley. That's a place I'm not allowed to go. I think that's the place from the dream. Oh, Divine Dragon Falls. Howl. Found a heal. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Turn around, you big ugly new looking thing. There you go. I wonder if they actually did design them off the news from Chrono Trigger. Surf's up. Make waves. Oof, that was a little rough. Oh, she has no elements equipped, I think. I only have cure. Oh, that one's dead. Okay, now this one. That is a pretty strong attack. Oh, first real battle done. And my HP went up by 2. Posho went up by 1. Humor. I see you following me. Bone. Heal recovers HP. We'll do that for now. Yeah. Don't you do it. He's just watching me the whole time. Oh. Surge and Lena. Forever. Oh, that's quaint. Does that... Okay, that other one didn't show back up, but that one's still there. Oh, it did show up. Okay. So, this is rock. Push that out of the way. Just pushed him over. Alright. What are sand squirt? Okay, these are far less strong. Now she can heal herself. There we go. I don't want to heal the enemy. Okay. Squirt gun, which is a tech, not a skill, or a element rather. Potion. 1, 2, 2, 3. Did I just fall over? Okay. 2. 2 again. Make waves. Also not an element. Great. 2 and 3. Dead. Alright, she needs to heal. Oh yeah, once per battle. Well, Poshul, you might die in this. Nope. Saved. HP went up, max healing. Wow, he he cured himself, but he didn't cure her. Fireball. Definitely going to come in handy. As I have, whoops, as I have no attack elements equipped on anybody. Keep forgetting it's not. Blockade. Fireball +2. Go around because I know push. You're just over there watching me. And that was the rock and roll to trap it. The fish was red and translucent. I should get 2 scales for this battle. Oh. Alright, Poshul. There we go. Wait. Squirt gun. She's in bad shape. 2 and oh, I guess the beach bum gets number 3. Make waves. Alright, he's going to have to heal her because otherwise. Oh, no. There we go. Okay, here we go. Wow. plus 2, HP plus 1. Max healing, but I used all my elements. See, that is a nice feature that they give you. The ability to heal after battle using just your elements rather than using consumables. Although I could see, like, if you had rapid battles in a row, you might want to use consumables, because if they're equipped, you can't use them in the menu. So, and you may not get the option to use the menu. This is the one that plays tag. Oh, and I just goofed. Lost a lot of progress there. There we go. Wow, I didn't have to get right up on it. Miss and miss. The sound effects that she makes when attacking is funny. Oh, okay. 75%, 83, 99. 75, 83. Make waves. Okay, 75, 80. Oop, he's dead. Max healing. Okay, so they each heal themselves. Humor, bone. Which isn't a humor a bone? I might be wrong. That is Komodo scale number 2, so if I wanted to, I could just go straight to her right now, because I have 2. Okay, I don't want to look at key items. How do I look at... Okay, here we go. Monster's body fluid. Huh. That's interesting. Well, folks, I've been going on an hour and a half for this first episode. There will be more coming. So yeah, this game is definitely very good. I definitely recommend it. But don't do what I did when I was younger until I, went through and redid it again later, and giving it. Now this will be the 4th time I've played the game in my life. But the first time I definitely didn't give it as fair of a chance as I should have, because I tried to think of it as a Chrono Trigger direct sequel, and you can't do that. That's not fair. If they had built this on any other, or on its own, rather than building it off of something else, everything in it is fantastic. So definitely give it a chance. On Steam right now it is $19. There are some places somewhere that have it for a bit cheaper for Steam. I did hear a rumor about a possible sale too coming soon. So it is definitely worth your time. It's, as I said, $19.99 on Steam. and I know it just went on to Humble Games, so at some point they may have a discount on it. Who knows? I know when Elden Ring came out, it was $60 everywhere else. They had it for like 42 or something like that, or 38, somewhere around that, for like a week. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Definitely worth revisiting if you've played it before and beat it. And if you're new to it, you are going to enjoy it. There are 45 characters. Don't stress, because you will not be able to get them all in one playthrough. Like many other games of its time, and some games have gone back to, it does have a new game plus, and everything carries over, so you can recruit everybody. You just can't do it all in a single playthrough, because there's some options where, like one coming up, where you have to choose who to go with, and then on subsequent playthroughs you could choose the other character and still have the previous character available. So yeah, it's very, very good in terms of music. It's one of the best soundtracks of its time. Story is really, like, it grabs you at certain points. The combat system is fantastic. It's involved, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a very, very good way. You will not be bored if you're trying to do things in a specific way, like power up, certain abilities, get through certain boss fights, making sure that they're not boosting up their abilities so that they do more damage to you, or you do less damage to them, or whatever the case may be. There's like I said, an element of crafting in this. Do not, just don't go into this thinking, oh, I'm just gonna run through this game and it's gonna be fine. No, the element colors become very important, especially midpoint and further. Paying attention to the innate colors, because it's going to matter. Like it may seem like a small difference right now, but I mean, look at what their stats are now versus what they'll be like by the time the quote-unquote disc 2 point would be. Like, it does change it up, and it does matter. Plus, without doing any kind of like spoilers, there's a particular point where field effects are definitely going to matter if you want to get the best experience you can get. Like, it's hands down, give this game a shot. But yeah, that's all I have to say for now, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. See ya.